I got to thinking recently while watching Whale Fart Terminator Salvation. Back in the first film, when Schwarzenegger said, "I'll be back," did he really mean that it was going to be as some pathetic CGI imitation? And that's the thing. Now that Arnie's unofficially retired, we've got this new breed of action heroes. Stallone, while still doing his thing, comes across about as intimidating as an irate pensioner can do. Bruce Willis, well, let's face it, he was never a real action hero anyway, more of a smarmy, shit-eating grin tosser. Van Damme, well, he disappeared down a drug trail. And Mel Gibson, well, he found God, grew a beard and blamed everything on the Jews. So who have we got now? Christian Bale! He seems to be in everything now, doesn't he? More ubiquitous than Steve Buscemi during the 90s. But what kind of hard man is he? Well, he takes no shit from his mum or sister, so that's a start. We also have Jason Statham. Okay, I have to admit, he is pretty hard. Then there's Vinnie Jones, a genuine threat to a lot of things, apart from Mensa, and Orlando Bloom. I'm not quite sure how an effeminate ladyboy hairdresser could ever beat the bad guy. And in fact, if it wasn't the fact that I am feeling slightly patriotic now due to the fact that those were 4 Brits that I just mentioned, I would have to say that our current crop of action heroes are actually just a bit shit and could no sooner beat an arthritic, 3-legged tortoise than actually save the world! Ah! The more astute amongst you would have probably noticed I'm heading somewhere with this, and you'd be right. And that is to comparatively judge the stars of yesteryear with our current crop of action tits. And where better to start than with the man, the Duke himself, John Wayne. Wayne, like all good men, loved to piss about. None more so than with his drinking buddy, the actor Ward Bond. They frequently played practical jokes on each other. In one incident, Bond bet Wayne that they could stand on opposite sides of a newspaper, and he bet him that he wouldn't be able to hit him. Bond, having laid down the newspaper in a doorway, then slams the door in Wayne's face, thinking he'd won the bet. Wayne then lammed him right through the door and won the bet. What a guy! An entry in the logbook of director John Ford's yacht, Arana, makes reference to one of Wayne's pranks on Ward Bond. It says, "Caught the first mate, Wayne, pissing in Ward Bond's flask this morning. Must remember to give him a raise." On a hunting trip, Ward Bond was accidentally shot by John Wayne. Bond left Wayne the shotgun in his will. The evening before a shoot, the Duke, as he was now known, was trying to get some sleep in a Las Vegas hotel. The suite directly below his was that of Frank Sinatra, never a good friend of Wayne, who was having a party. The noise kept Wayne awake, and each time he made a complaining phone call, it quietened temporarily, but each time eventually grew louder. Wayne at last appeared at Sinatra's door and told Frank to stop the noise. A Sinatra bodyguard of Wayne's size approached and said, "Nobody talks to Mr. Sinatra like that." Wayne turned as if he was about to leave and then backhanded the security guard in the face, knocking him to the floor. Just to seal the deal, he then grabbed a chair and smashed it over him, knocking him out. Sure enough, without fail, the party noise stopped. Wayne was a drinker and a smoker. 15 years before his death, he had a lung removed. Conspiracy theorists believe it was while filming in Death Valley, where the military has conducted several tests, that Wayne contracted cancer. I think it was probably more to do with the fact that he smoked 5 packs of unfiltered Camels every day. After leaving the stage during 1979's Academy Awards ceremony, he was greeted by his old pal Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy gave him a big bear hug. Davis later told a friend he regretted hugging Wayne so hard in his fragile condition. But Davis was told Duke wouldn't have missed that hug for anything. To emphasise how bad things were, it is alleged that underneath his tuxedo he wore a wetsuit to help hide the bulk that he had lost due to illness. On the 12th of January 1979, Wayne was admitted to hospital for gallbladder surgery, where they found cancer in his stomach. They removed it, but shortly afterwards it was found to have moved into his intestines. He was admitted again to hospital, where he was visited by President Jimmy Carter and was sent a card by Queen Elizabeth. He went into a coma on the 10th of June and died at 5:35 the following day. So, if we were to compare John Wayne with today's stars, what conclusion would we come to? That John Wayne was a real man and the new breed are just over-pampered prima donnas? Personally, I don't care. They're all overpaid tossers. Always have been, always will be.